between both of them here.
Here we go! Tonight's Fight Club brought to you by Harley-Davidson. Enter for a chance to win Harley-Davidson Riding Academy with Daniel Cormier and Paige Van Zandt at h-d.com/UFC. Southpaw stance for Jones. OSP is a southpaw. Dark trunks for Jones, white trunks for OSP.
Spinning back kick to the body by John. And then front kick to the body.
What should we look for from OSP early, DC?
He needs to be first. He cannot sit back and wait. Jones is too diverse in his attack. Jones will mix it up so well that it'll start to confuse him. He needs to be first. He needs to be going. He can't be waiting, trying to dissect what's happening inside of the octagon.
And how does Joe counter that possibility?
Nice leg kick there by OSP.
Joe, how does Jones counter that possibility?
Well, Jones just does it by being Jones. I mean, what he does is being creative, be unpredictable, and try to figure out the puzzle that is the awkward movement of OSP. And one of the best ways to do that is to be active, to be pushing the pace and to be dictating the action, and that's what John pretty much does in every fight.
You know, you see this with Jones a lot. You can almost see him processing the moves, processing the path to the victory. You see him now kind of trying to get a beat on Ovin's St. Preux. St. Preux's doing a good job. This slow pace of fight really does benefit him.
Very similar to what Anderson Silva did for many fights in UFC.
Side kick to the body, hopping side kick to the body. What John does also is he slides just out of the way of your stuff. He's one of the very best at utilizing that long reach. And in sliding just out of the way of what you do, he figures out how fast you can move versus how fast he can close the distance. And that's what we saw when he slammed home that hopping side kick.
That's the difference in this fight. St. Preux actually has the ability to get to Jones as fast as Jones can get to most opponents because he's a long guy. He's a fast guy. He's an athletic guy. And you see it's taken John a little bit longer to process the movements and the actions of Ovin St. Preux as this fight's going into early going.
And how much of a factor is nerves right now for Ovin St. Preux? Getting him to settle in and relax and being able to fight to the best of his ability. Just being able to settle in and just be calm in the moment, the fact that he's fighting here.
You know, a lot of guys react different. We don't know how we're going to react in the big fight. Ovins has main evented some FS1's card, but it's never been like this. He's never stood across the octagon from a guy like Jones in front of a sold-out MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. It's a big deal. Right now, though, this type of fight is okay for him.
It's well documented that 6'5" Alexander Gustafsson gave John Jones his most trouble. And so the point you guys brought up about the size being very similar in this fight is extremely valid. DC, you prepared to fight John. Who emulates that style? Pretty much nobody, let alone trying to prepare in 3 weeks.
Well, what's going to happen is you'll find guys that can do certain things like John. You'll never find a guy that can combine everything as he does. A guy that can wrestle, a guy that can kick. The guy that can kick can't wrestle. The kickboxer can't wrestle, so it's all kickboxing. It's very difficult to emulate his attack.
Very calculated early, both fighters.
John's so difficult to predict, too, because he's constantly switching stances. Utilizes a lot of traditional martial arts techniques along with all that wrestling. Likes that front leg side kick to the thigh.
We were talking on camera about Jones potentially overlooking OSP tonight, looking towards a rematch with UDC, the second fight. Jones said of huge underdogs, they're more dangerous than ever. They have nothing to lose. He is taking this fight very seriously.
Ovin St. Preux has nothing to lose. And as you saw with the front kick that John does to the knee, Ovins gave it back. Right now, that's probably the biggest thing. That kick has been used on multiple occasions by Jones. Not as many body kicks. Ovin St. Preux, when John does switch his stance, he needs to go to his big body kick. Ovin St. Preux has nasty left high kick, left body kick. He needs to do that whenever John switches stance.
Good jab.
Nice jab by Ovins. Nice foot sweep by Jones.
Good
Ovins right back up to his feet. Great knee.
Final seconds of the round.
You know,
tonight's Corner Cam brought to you by Mobile Strike. Download it right now. Play right now, free from the App Store. Greg Jackson.
Excellent round. Let's work on our breathing first, just like our simulations. I'm going to give you this so you take water whenever you want. All right, some big breaths. Slow down. Slow down. All right.
How's it going?
Yeah. So that's fine. This is the first round. Yeah, you beat him up. You felt it a little bit.
Keying off that. He's looking for the kick. So give me like a Kent or something, okay? Like a 7 Kent or a red Kent. Both those would be good. Hey, you're doing a great job.
Yeah. Fun,
remember that you're doing a good job.
That's it.
Ready to be patient that round.
Sense of urgency near the cage. Let's go. Let's go.
Yep.
DC, are you shocked that they didn't put ice or N-swell on that right eye of Ovin St. Preux?
You know, I'm a little surprised, but you know, not too much. There's been situations where Ovins has been in some trouble, and the action hasn't really represented what should have been going on. I don't want to say bad things about his corner, but you know, this is a big fight for them. This is not something they've done before.
Eric Turner, his longtime and only head coach, said OSP has always had a great work ethic. Graduated Tennessee over a decade ago. He believes he can be a world champion. And they said they've always had Jon Jones on their mind.
It was a nice kick by Ovin St. Preux, but John caught the leg, and he's got that leg up high. Wow.
Nice defense by Ovins.
Great balance.
That's the athleticism. That's the athleticism we talked about. But now John's picking it up a little bit. And they're capitalizing right there on Ovin staying right in front of him and being happy with that exchange, and John immediately attacked. That's championship level experience. In the first round, where Ovins had his success when he was moving, he cannot be stationary now. Remember, the awkwardness is what makes him special. Hard kick to the body by John.
DC, one of the things you said about your fight with Jones was that he was bigger than you thought he was going to be.
Yeah, I did feel like he was bigger, but you know what? As Joe said earlier when they were introducing John, he looks bigger now. But right now, when you look at him next to Ovin St. Preux, Ovin St. Preux is the same size, if not bigger. He's a big, strong, athletic guy that's making a good account for himself right now.
3 weeks notice for OSP.
You even heard John say it in the corner in between rounds. He's like, I got to get going. You know, it's been a long time since he's been in this environment. He has not had a fight for a while. So he may not be as aggressive as he anticipated himself being. Nice check by Ovins. Caught that one right on the shin.
St. Preux said this is an 8-year journey, culminating in an opportunity of a lifetime tonight. Can he take advantage of this gift given to him?
A long jab by Ovins.
Nice double jab. Great job by Ovins, keeping that right hand on the inside thigh. Nice knee by Ovins. The inside thigh of the hand doesn't allow John to lift the underhook to secure takedowns and advance the position. He keeps slapping that hand down as John extends his hand, angrily slapping it away. Well, that's one of John's best techniques, is that he measures guys. John's catching many times with that left body kick. And he goes to the knee to the body there.
Watch for the elbows from this position of Jones.
Yep, right. Nice
right
up elbow. Hard right on cue. Nice knee to the body by Ovins.
Jones is excellent in the clinch.
Ovins seems to be waiting a bit on John in these exchanges and trying to get it back after he gets hit. There's a nice, nice right hand by Ovins.
Under 2 on the clock here in the second. Swing and a miss.
Caught him coming in with that side kick to the thigh, hyperextending the knee.
He utilizes that kick, DC, and almost puts himself in a protective bubble.
You know, as we watch these first 2 rounds, Ovins looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But he took this fight on 3 weeks' notice. You know that when the championship round starts, Jones stays the course. How is Ovins going to react? He's doing a fantastic job right now. He's making a good account for himself. If he was just a little more active, I think he'd have a little more success.
And almost on cue, Ovins took a big deep breath and seems to be slowing down. Right when you said that.
This is OSP's 4th career 5-round fight. He went the distance with Ryan Bader. He lost. He got taken down 9 times in that fight. The Shogun fight lasted 34 seconds, and he lost to Glover in the 3rd.
Spin the body.
Now you see John starting to time those oblique kicks as Ovins is coming forward. And the last one actually made Ovins limp a little bit. So he's starting to get some traction on that technique.
Good right hand
by Ovins. If he would throw more of those, he would have a lot more success.
You got to wonder how much gas he has in the tank, DC.
Yes. 3 weeks notice he took this fight again, as we said before.
Tonight, the 10th time. Scheduled for 5 for Jones. He's gone the distance 4 times, including against you, DC. Final seconds of the round.
He went with a wheel kick. Look at that, and he got caught with a left.
Nice left hand by Ovins. Ovins starting to look a little tired now.
He is. And here's a right hand by Ovins. That's what's called a slobber knocker. Literally.
Here you go. Watch this knee. There it is.
Yep.
That's the kick. He's starting to time those oblique kicks as Ovins decides to go forward or tries to throw a punch. And then here you see John with the spinning back kick. But right after the spinning back kick lands, Ovins throws a nice left hand to try and return.
Job, okay?
Your destiny.
Keep doing that great job, Frank, okay, bud? Hey, attack those arms, okay? He's not respecting you at all.
He puts you on the cage of that couch, like get to his elbow, get him off your head.
Remember, we attack here, we attack here.
He's on the wall. Lock around his legs.
DC, if you were in the corner of OSP right now, what would you tell him?
You know, I would tell him a little more activity, but I would be positive. Ovins needs to be positive. He's doing a good job. He just needs to be a little more active in the round. You know, and when he does go, he's having his moments. He just needs to be a little more active. Again, I don't know if he can, being that he just took this fight.
And Joe, what would you tell John Jones?
Keep doing what you're doing. I think John Jones, especially in the exchanges, after Ovins tags him, John comes back and hits him several times more. He's capitalizing on this championship level experience that he has and is slowly chipping away at Ovins St. Preux. Not only that, it seems like to me that Ovins is starting to slow down. So he's got to be diligent. He's got to keep his hands up. He's got to watch out for the big power punches because those are Ovins' big chance at success. And there's one of them.
Yep,
Hard jab.
Hard jab.
That long reach of Ovins.
Which is usually what we say about John.
But John has an amazing, I mean, he always has. It's one of the reasons why the Rumble fight was so attractive.
Nice combination by Ovins. Nice jab by Ovins. There he goes.
Good right hand as well.
There he goes.
John trying to get inside.
Boy, he loves that side kick to the thigh. It's such a dangerous kick.
Not only is he landing that, he's setting that trap. He's trying to get Ovins to the side of the cage, and by throwing that kick, he's starting to move him closer towards the side of the octagon.
He just hit him with a spinning elbow.
Yeah, and tried to follow up with the knee. See if John steps in with that elbow, too.
Very nice straight left hand. And John's not a one-shot guy. He's a break-you-down guy. And that's what he's starting to do to Ovins.
St. Preux right there, though, in this fight. Judging distance on that jab.
Ovins is switching stances, but he's fighting conventional a lot more than he normally does. He's normally a pretty heavy southpaw. But this fight, he's fighting a lot of conventional. Maybe it's because he's taking so many of those oblique kicks to his right leg.
St. Preux winner of 16 of his last 19 fights. This is a legit opponent for Jones' return.
Nice leg kick by John. Check.
Nice check. Nice push kick by Ovins.
Eric Turner, his head coach, put PTAW on the wall. Prove them all wrong. Midway point of this 5-round fight. southpaw.
Hard leg kick by John.
As Ovins switches stance, there's a technique coming for every position. Oblique kick, leg kick. Those leg kicks have been checked almost every time by St. Preux.
He's also avoided the clinch, DC.
Which is very good for him because it allows him to stay out of takedowns. A lot of John's takedowns do happen from the clinch and the long defense. Ovins has done a phenomenal job of staying in the middle of the octagon.
He's got great Greco skills.
A beautiful high kick and then a punch behind it by John.
90 seconds on the clock here in round 3.
Nice body shot.
Body, very nice.
But now after that nice punch, cannot sit back and allow John to get off 3, 4 punches before he actually returns something else. There you go. That's 3 now.
And that's
4 since Ovins has thrown a punch.
That championship experience, that knowledge that Ovins will give him that opportunity. Looking for that spin.
Yes. There you go.
Well, he is beating that leg up with that front leg side kick.
Every time he switches to southpaw, he throws that oblique kick.
DC is part of it that OSP's not quite sure how much gas is in the tank.
Well, I mean, he's almost 3 rounds in, you know, so you may as well start to let it go because even if you aren't sure how much you have, you got to go or he is piling up rounds on you. You are still losing no matter if you're in there. Even though you're in there, you're still losing, so you may as well let it go while you're inside of the octagon.
Headed to the championship rounds.
So far, DC, what's your assessment of John's performance?
You know, man, I know they say styles make fights. And Ovins may be a style matchup. But as I watch this, and I'm up here being prepared, as I watch this, that is why the decision to pull out of this fight was so hard. Because I thought we would see a guy that may be a little rusty. And as I'm watching John, if I am being 100% honest, as I am, he does seem a little rusty. But he is winning. So that actually shows you how good the guy is.
What you have to do is start opening up a little bit.
You see opportunities that Ovins is not capitalizing on that you feel that you could?
Take the deep breath.
Just in the way that guys fight, you know, there would be so much dead space in a fight between John and I. Whereas there are a lot of lulls in the action, we would still be fighting. That's my assessment as you ask me.
But also knowing you like we do, knowing you as the Olympian and competitor that you are, DC, you want the best John Jones, though, don't you?
I do. So this is, but I mean, a year away. So this may end up being a blessing in disguise for him to get his feet back in the octagon, to get back the feel of a 5-round fight. Because right now, as you watch it, unless something changes drastically, this looks like it's going to be a long fight. It already has been.
Round 4.
Good kick to the body right away by OSP.
Yes.
Remember, OSP packs some serious power behind his kicks.
Oh, man, that left is so powerful from St. Preux.
He's got some gigantic thighs. He's such an athlete. I mean, he just... Nice leg kick. Very nice. I mean, what Ovins lacks in experience and in the overall fluidity of his martial art technique, he really makes up in power.
Power, speed, athleticism. I mean, he looks like a linebacker. You know, he played linebacker. He looks like a linebacker.
He landed another nice leg kick there, and John tried to counter it with the left hand.
And the thing with Ovins St. Preux is now his MMA skills are catching up to his pure athleticism, which makes him very dangerous.
I'll tell you what, he looks looser in this 4th round than he's looked all fight.
Yeah, and he looks phenomenal. He looks great right now as he's starting to let his stuff go again. But this is not where he wants to be. He does not want to be against the side of the fence. Now he gets taken down. It's a whole new ball game.
He's going to get taken down.
Oh, he needs to get up. There you go. He has got to cause a scramble to get up. If he stays on his back, there you go. Nice job by Ovins St. Preux. Way to cause a scramble to get back to your feet.
That's a very impressive defense of John holding him down on the ground. That was impressive.
That's a win for St. Preux. That's a win for St. Preux. That may discourage John from going to try to take him down again. Jumping side knee kick.
DC, Joe saying that OSB looks better here in the fourth may go to your point about, hey, the clock is ticking. You might as well let it go now, right?
Well, we didn't get to hear the corner. Maybe there was a little bit of urgency saying, okay, we got to go. We have to go. And he seems like he's doing that more in the round.
Well, also, he got through 3 rounds. Maybe he feels a bit more confident about his gas tank.
And you know you don't know what you face when you go against a guy like Anderson Silva, John Jones, those types of guys. And once you feel them, then you build confidence from that. Maybe Ovins is getting more confident as this fight goes on.
Nice elbow by John.
And again,
nice elbow by John. Back-to-back elbows.
Look at those numbers. Distance, travel.
Ovins is on his bike. He's backing up. Yeah. John is actually the one pressing the action forward. Hence the distance.
They're still on the bike, though. They're still moving.
Here comes the double leg again. Can Ovins do it again? Now this is the problem.
Side control.
Strong side control.
A lot of time.
This looks very different. This looks very different. Very different here. This is Ovins St. Preux that's exhausted from that takedown attempt earlier in the round. John's holding him in side control, and John's going to start dropping some serious elbows on him now that he knows he's tired with plenty of time to go. John's also looking to get that mounted crucifix, trying to tie down that right arm.
Ovins needs to be wall walking. He needs to be digging his feet to the fence, walking himself over the top to try and cause a scramble. Nasty. Because right here against the side of the fence is not going to be beneficial for him.
Well, these are nasty short elbows.
John's elbows can be lethal.
There he goes. Now he needs to continue this action. He needs to continue walking his feet here.
Working the arm and the elbow.
What's the matter of how much energy he has? Could he even do anything from this position? It looks to me like John's trying to set up an Americana. That's how he submitted Vitor. He's pushing down on that arm, and
there goes that action.
Out. Look at this.
There goes another takedown from John. 47 seconds into the mount position here. 3/4 mount by Jones, and now Ovins is in trouble.
You can hear the crowd react. John Jones in a great spot here.
That was a nasty
finish the fight.
Ovins gave up his back.
He's got a hook. Under 30 now. Big shot
by Jones. Back of the head. Back of the head.
20 seconds.
You're laughing.
Right to the back of the head.
Oh, man. Ovins is in huge, huge trouble.
He's got to get up here. 10 seconds left.
Final seconds of the round.
Let's get through this round.
But he's getting battered.
Down, so he probably steals rounds on me. You got me? Hey, this is everything we want right here. We got 5 minutes. This is what we want for, right? God put this whole thing in your hands.
Was where all the trouble began. John got a hold of him, slammed him to the ground, and Ovins got up from the first takedown. Did a fantastic job of getting back to his feet, but that takes a tremendous amount of energy. There's a hard elbow by John. Now here's the ground and pound at the end of the round. Just nasty shots. And the shot to the back of the head that made DC laugh.
John wants to win. You know, he's a guy that wants to win. He will find a way to win.
Then you kick him in the head when he leans over. You got it? Put him on the cage, take him down. Put him on the cage, take him down. Finish.
Guys, Eric Turner said something interesting. He said, this is what we wanted. 5 minutes left. Leave it all in the octagon. We got to where we want it. Let's see what happens. Jones obviously extremely dominant in the last minute of the fourth. 5 minutes remain.
Well,
fifth and final round.
Ovins knows now he can get into the championship round with the greatest light heavyweight of all time.
Yes.
On short notice. Because Is this the rub, DC?
This is the rub. This is, like I said, WWE. This is the rub. Ovin St. Preux will be bigger and better for this, even if he goes through this fight and does not get his hand raised.
Okay, not everybody was with us on Fight Pass, DC. Need to elaborate a little bit on that.
So I say when you fight Jones, you receive the rub. You fight Conor McGregor, you receive the rub. Anderson Silva. It was like Hulk Hogan in the Ultimate Warrior back at WrestleMania. You have to fight a guy like that to get the eyes on you, and you become the star.
Not just the eyes on you, but also to understand what it feels like at the top of the mountain.
Oh yeah, because it's different.
Yeah.
It's different when you get to this level, when you're fighting a guy like Jones.
Embrace the rub.
Yeah. Nice left hand by Jones.
He's not just fighting a great fighter, he's fighting arguably the best light heavyweight ever.
Yeah.
I only say arguably because you're right next to him. Nice spinning back kick to the body by John.
Some would say the greatest fighter of all time.
Greatest fighter of all time.
Already a Hall of Famer, credential-wise. 3.5 minutes left in this fight.
Here's the trap now. Now you start to see him get Ovin closer to the side of the octagon. Good job by Ovin circling back to the center.
If John wins, it has been confirmed that Jones and DC will fight to unify the light heavyweight championship.
Ovin's got to uncork that left. That left kick particularly.
I can't believe that he hasn't thrown more of those big body kicks that he's known for.
I just think he's worried about being taken down.
But he's shown the ability to defend those takedowns when he does throw it. He has shown the ability to get his leg back.
But that was earlier in the fight.
Yeah.
That last round rather, I think. The second half of the round when he was getting taken down and brutalized towards the end, I think it's got him a little gun shy.
I alluded earlier to the possibility of UFC 200. Of course, that would be historic. DC would love. We don't know that would be the date, but you guys need to dance again.
Yes, we do.
The UFC fans around the world are going to love it. Past the midway point of the 5th and final round.
John, it's so many answers to your movements.
Now, this is the problem here, because now here comes the takedown by Jones. He set his trap. Ovins' back is against the side of the fence. This is where the takedown comes. And now Ovins is going to find himself in trouble. He has to continue the action, or he's going to be in trouble. Did not continue the action.
That's a heavy takedown.
That was one of the heaviest takedowns we've ever felt. I felt that through the bottom of the soles of my feet.
And DC, usually it's the Greco takedowns. Tonight he's slamming OSP.
And he let him back up.
Now the left arm is dangling of Ovin St. Preux. That takedown may have hurt him, yes. Or something hurt him.
Yeah.
Maybe the kicks.
Yeah, I think
He's
you're
not
absolutely
throwing
right.
it. Yep, there it is.
That takedown might have hurt his shoulder. 90 seconds remain.
It might have been the kicks. And if you know how to play possum, right now is the time. Because if he starts hanging that arm and he looks hurt, Jones will start to kick him on that shoulder.
Like the Korean Zombie and Jose Aldo.
Yes. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong.
You're in there to win a fight.
One minute on the clock. John's trying to set up. There's the elbow.
Couple of elbows.
Yeah. He likes to slash, then he likes to come right up the middle. Now he looks to set it up right there.
Yeah, Ovins is in defensive shell mode now.
Now it's survive. It's become survive, get through the fight. 23 seconds.
You're absolutely right about that left. He's not using it. He's sort of picking it up
with it.
Yeah.
He may have lost his title, but the champ is back. They go the distance. John Jones, Ovin St. Preux. Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Raise one to right now.
The front leg side kicks to the thigh, the hyperextending of the knee there. You see it sideways there. There's a spinning back kick to the body by John that sent OSP flying. There's a nasty elbow.
This is where John had a lot of his success, was when they got to the side of the fence. And here, big takedown by Jones. This was the first one where he secured him in the side control. First time Ovins made the action continue, that's how he got up. Now here's the big slam that you said you felt, Joe, through your feet as Ovins hit the ground.
Oh man, the impact.
First thing that comes to your mind, DC.
You know, congratulations to Jones. He got it done. You know, a year and a half off. Been dealing with a lot of stuff outside of the octagon. Got the job done. But once again, you can even see it on his face. He's not satisfied with the performance he put on tonight. And it's hard for me as a competitor to watch.
I have a feeling you have no doubt he will be better when he fights you. Hold that thought for a second. Time for our official decision. Brought to you by Metro PCS, where you get nationwide coverage on the blazing fast 4G LTE T-Mobile network for just $30 period. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard for a decision. The judges score the contest 50-44, 50-45, and 50-45 for the winner by unanimous decision. And now, the